Alright, day 33. It's supposed to be blue sky, so 50 today, which is about 10 Celsius. Worst night ever. It was so cold last night, and I was up against the wall, so the cold was radiating off the wall. I just wanted a night at the end. I've had a hot chocolate this morning. I'm ready to go. At least it won't be snowing while I'm walking, so I don't mind walking in the snow. But yesterday it just got so cold, and everything's wet now, or damp. My wet clothes from 2 days ago when I was hiking in the pouring rain, I was still drenched. Then I put on the other clothes yesterday. They got clammy wet because of my coat and the snow. And then just in the sleeping bag, the shelter's facing north and the wind's blowing in from that way, so the snow was blowing in onto our sleeping bags. So the sleeping bag's damp. The only thing that's not wet is the tent, and that's because I haven't used it since I broke it up at max patch. So tonight I hope to be in the tent and try and get some warmth. It was so cold last night. I'm probably 20 minutes in. It's going to be a nicer day than yesterday. But there's so much snow, so it makes it hard work. A little bit of slip and sliding, but it is soft on the feet, which is a good thing. A 2 mile climb, so a 3 kilometre climb at the start. There's downhill for a few, and depending on which shelter I go to, could be a couple other climbs yet. Oh. Everything froze last night. Put my hat on today and the cord that goes around my neck was stiff. I couldn't even put that on. Oh, this is pretty. I don't want tonight to be as cold as last night. Oh. To the top of the mountain. I've seen this mountain on a few videos. It's Big Butt Mountain, so Abby always got a kick out of this one, but I've never seen it white. Everyone I've seen go over it's had nice green pastures, and it is just I don't know, 6 inches of snow. Beautiful day, got the sunnies on. I just want this snow to melt though. I don't want to camp in the shelter again. Now, I've done 6.7 miles, and I'm at the first shelter after the one I stayed at, a King something or other, and I'm going to stop and have lunch and dry out my stuff. Oh, looks like a nice one. Oh, I should have stayed here. Okay, I've had lunch. I took all my stuff out and tried to dry most of it. It's a lot better now than what it was. Sleep gear's dry. It's 8.7 to the next shower. It's 1:30, so it will be a late finish if I do get to the shelter. There is a campground before it that I could stop at, but it is a nice day, and the snow is melting, so the more the snow melts, the more it means I can go in my tent tonight, which is what I want to do. Alright, I'll catch us after. We've got our first fence crossing, proper fence crossing at the big one in the Smokies. This looks like it goes onto private property, so because the track is so long, it naturally has to eventually go through people's property. all the snow runoff, the waterways are really flowing. It's beautiful to listen to. This is the same creek the whole time. Just walking up next to it. Beautiful. It's hard going though. And now it's decided to strip off and actually go down our track. Alright, it's nearly 7 o'clock. Much better day today than yesterday. With it starting off with the snow this morning, I was seriously worried about my health last night. I've not been that cold ever, I think, and I had all my clothes on. I had the sleeping bag wrapped around me as much as I had my coat around the sleeping bag. I ended up putting my ground mat on top of my sleeping bag because the shelter faced north, the wind was blowing in, it was snowing, and it was blowing all the snow in, so if I didn't do that my sleeping bag would have been white by the morning. So by 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning I was getting really concerned about how much I was shivering. I had nothing else I could put on. I didn't really want to get up and make a hot chocolate or anything like that because then I'd wake everyone else up. It was just a really cold, horrible night and I just wanted it over, and I was worried that the next night, tonight, was going to be the same because we were at 4,100 feet last night and we were going to be 4,300 tonight. Got up, snow was freezing, boots was frozen, my pack was frozen, and I found out that the mice decided to eat into my pack. I've got a hole in my little belt pocket, which is where I normally keep my lollies, but I didn't keep my lollies last night. My hat, the string around my hat was solid stiff. Just got that cold, everything froze, anything that wasn't in your sleeping bag froze. I had me wet clothes from 2 days ago that was still saturated in with me. I had the clothes I wore yesterday in the snow while I was walking in with me. I had me water bottles in with me. I had me phone. I had the InReach Explorer. I had the battery charger. I had everything I could in with me. Now the other thing is it's a 6-person shelter, but we squeezed 8 people in and I was up against the wall, so I had all the cold air bouncing off the stone wall and I couldn't face away from it because the person next to me was facing me and was already asleep, so he was breathing in my face. So I had to face the wall or I had to sit face straight up, and I don't normally sleep straight up, so I struggled with that. Got up this morning, started walking eventually, and then the sun came out, and once the sun came out it was beautiful. Got to the lunch spot, put a clothesline out, hung everything out to dry. Within half an hour it was nearly all dry. The really wet stuff from a couple of days ago I just put on the back of my pack while I was walking. They're literally dry now. Got here 6 o'clock, set up tent, overcooked tea, and now I'm in bed and I'm about to start editing the last couple of days of videos so that when I get to when it's ready. I will get there probably in 2 days. It just depends how late in the second day, because if I can do 20 tomorrow I've only got 6, but if I only can do 13 then I've got another 13. So then that'd be late afternoon. I'd like to do 20 tomorrow, but it's sort of a give and take. I don't think I could have done more than 16 today because I was pretty exhausted. I think that's from the lack of sleep last night. Anyway, probably the most frightened for my health since I've been started was last night. I had that one sketchy day on the track that I thought, oh, it's easy to fall and break a hip or an arm or something like that. Not so much fall off the edge or anything like that. But last night I was seriously worried about my health because I'd been cold the day before, walking 20 miles in the rain, which then turned to snow overnight. So all my clothes were wet. I was cold already. I walked 8 miles yesterday in the snow and then got into the camp and I just could not get warm. Had a hot chocolate, had a hot tea, but it was just freezing. Yeah, all the days that I say couldn't think anywhere else I'd rather be, well, yesterday was one of those days where I would have rather been anywhere but on the AT.